everything right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name is Naima and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. And today we are talking about the books that I read in December. So in December 2022, I read around 25 books. A lot of them were novellas and a lot of them were short stories, and a lot of them, I'm just gonna be honest, don't remember shit about. The reason why I read so many novellas that were just stupid and annoying and I hated my time with them was because I was really trying to reach my Goodreads reading goal, which was 144 books. And then when I got to like, I want to say 129 books, I was like, okay, I literally hate reading so much now and I never want to get to that point. I wasn't trying to reach my goal for any other reason other than it's fun, and like I didn't really care about the number. I just wanted to, I like goals and I really like trying to achieve them. So that's why I was like forcing myself and force feeding these books into, just decided I don't care anymore. So I switched my Goodreads goal to 130 books when I hit like 129 because I just genuinely did not care about reaching the number anymore. Although I did read a lot of novellas, which I won't go into a lot of detail about. Not read some really good full-sized books, so that's why I'm still doing my wrap up. So when I get to the little novellas that I really just don't care about, I'll tell you guys the tropes, what I rated it, and we can go on about our business. 25 books is a lot to talk about each and every one of them at length. Without further ado, let's get into my December wrap up. Alright, so we're gonna start off number one with Tangled in Tinsel by 𝓵𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I think that's how you say her name. She reached out to me, asked me if she could send me her new book, and I was like, of course. I had read from her before, really loved her other book that I read. It was kind of like her re-debut because she's taken a lot of time off from writing, and this one was really good. This one is a 5-person why choose romance. It's a girl and her 4 hot rich bosses. They are snowed in and they all hook up, and it's amazing. What I really liked about this one is that it didn't have any like descriptors of a female main character. She didn't have a skin color, a body type, a hair color, so you could really just like plug yourself in. I thought it was really good. I gave it 4 stars, and I definitely want to reread this one when it becomes the holidays again. It was so hot. Then I read Not So Merry Memories by Megan Brandy, and I gave this one 3.5 stars. Did not really enjoy this one all too much, even though I do love Megan Brandy. This I just felt like was a lot of promo for her last book, not the 𝓿𝓸𝓬𝓬. It was her second most recent book. That's what this novella felt like it was trying to promote, because the whole story was about that couple from that book, and I was like, I don't care. I'm not reading that book, and this novella is just trying to force me and I don't want to. I gave that one 3.5 stars. Probably would not recommend. Then I read King Size by Jessica Cain. This one was really hot. I gave this one 4 stars. This was a bodyguard romance. Princess, her mom dies, so now she becomes the queen. She's distraught over the fact that her mom is dying, and then she finds comfort and solace in her bodyguard. And it was really hot. He was a submissive guy who like worshipped the ground that she walked on, and I had fun. Then I read 𝓿𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪, which is a werewolf romance. I was just really craving a werewolf romance, so I picked up this one. I saw it was nominated for like indie romance awards or something like that, and so I gave this one 3 stars. This one I didn't really enjoy that much because it is a bunch of alphas. They run a like summer camp type of training camp for a bunch of people who want to join the enforcers. They're basically like 7 or 6 pack, and they're all allies with each other. And so our heroine goes to the camp because that's all she's wanted to do ever since she was little, wanted to fight and protect the packs. And there she meets 𝓿𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. They're drawn to each other. It was just fine. I've definitely read a lot better paranormal werewolf romances, so I gave this one 3 stars. Also, she was such a pick-me. I hated her because she was a pick-me. Oh, she drove me crazy. And then they kept repeating, in the hero's perspective, responsive was said probably about 100 million times. Fuck me eyes was said 100 million times. And through her eyelashes, am I doing it? I can't do it. She said through her eyelashes like 50, 100 million times, and I could not do it. Like I said in my review, if I never read those words again, it would be too soon. Like, it was terrible. It wasn't bad, but it was not good, you know? I don't know. It was interesting. So I gave that one 3 stars. And then I read Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This one is, we're starting to get into like the books that I vlogged myself reading. So if you want to watch my Kindle Unlimited reading vlog so you can see my reactions in the moment, that video is there for you. I'll have it linked down below. But I read Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This one was 3.5 stars. It was fake dating, mutual pining, friends to lovers, workplace, single dad. She was like a comedian, and her best friend slash manager was a comedian as well. She gets invited to to do a comedy tour, and in order to like generate buzz for the comedy tour, she starts fake dating Meyer, who is her best friend slash boss, an ex-comedian. It was cute, 3.5 stars, nothing really to write home about. Then I DNF'd Icebreaker at 38%. I just didn't care anymore. This one follows a guy and a girl. He's a hockey player, she's a figure skater, and after something happens, they both have to share the same ice rink, both of their teams. There's a lot of animosity and hate in the beginning because they do not want to share, and then the guy really wants to be good with the girl, so he like starts chasing her down. It was really, I didn't like this one at all, so I DNF'd it. I found it so boring. Then I read Santa Baby by Cassie Mint. This was a really fun holiday novella. I gave this one 4 stars. I saw Brie from In Love and Words talk about it. It was a girl working at a bar, and she is in love with her boss, who is Jack, and he's kind of like a really sweet Santa Claus type guy. Been in love with him for years, and they finally give in around Christmas or something like that. Then I read Carnal Urges, which if you want to see all of my reactions and thoughts to that one is in the Kindle Unlimited reading vlog. Again, I'll have that one linked down below, but I did give that one 5 stars. It was so good. Then I read The Art of Seduction. I actually read this one back in October. I realized I never put it in on my Goodreads, so that's why that's there. But it's a really good book, massive book, and there's so much information that I definitely have to go back and reread, process, and figure out what type of seducer I am. 5 stars. Then I read The Wrong Blue Eyes by B.B. Reed. I gave this one 4 stars. I love everything that B.B. Reed writes. This is a girl who is dating this guy. She is not enjoying her time dating this guy. They just have a not that great of a relationship. They're traveling for the holidays, and when they get to her boyfriend's like hometown, she hooks up with his twin brothers, so that's why it's called like The Wrong Blue Eyes. I thought it was good, 4 stars. And then I finally finished Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, and I gave this one 4 stars. Back in August, I read 88% of this book, and then I randomly decided to put it down, and I was like, what the heck? I had 88% of it. When I checked, I was like, why didn't I just finish it? So I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. The plot twist was insane. I was not expecting that. I'm like shaking to get my hands on the next couple of books. That is why you need to go back and check out my January TBR to see what I'm reading. But I'm so excited to read Daisy Haight. I really enjoyed Magnolia Parks. I gave it 4 stars, and I don't know, it was really shocking and surprising. I love, like I said, a good toxic romance. I just wished Magnolia had a little bit more restraint when it came to BJ. Like BJ would do something to really piss her off and she would be upset, and then the next chapter she's texting him, and I'm like, ugh. Or they're meeting up at a shop and like in a dressing room together. Like, I'm like, please, that's fine. Obviously you have to go back to give us like a little bit of push and pull, but can it last a few chapters? Can it last a few days? Why is it the next day in the next chapter? I need some restraint in a toxic relationship. I need you to like not give in so fast. So I'm hoping Daisy and Christian, I think that's his name, deliver on that aspect, because it seems like Daisy is somebody who's like, oh, you just did this to me, I'm icing you out for the next foreseeable future, which I love. So hopefully that's what that book is like. Read The Loner's Lady by Jessica Cain. Gave this one 3 stars. It was just fine. It was best friend's father. Her best friend, who's a guy, wanted to fake date her to go and visit his father because he just wanted to be in a relationship with someone when he visited his dad. And the dad can tell right away that like they are not dating, and it's a romance between the dad and her. Fine. It's definitely not my favorite Jessica Cain novella, and I gave this one 3 stars. Then I got into some books that were a little bit interesting. I read Cupid's Nest, which I gave 3 stars. This was like 12 or 18 pages. A girl got dumped by her boyfriend, and then she got cheated on by her boyfriend, and then she found out that her boyfriend rented out like a resort, like a Valentine's Day resort type thing. So she goes without telling her boyfriend, and then she like hooks up with people. Actually, it was a lot worse than fine. It was not good at all. Then I read A Bit of Christmas Cheer by the same author, and I found this one from Freya's reading like weird Christmas novellas. It was really creepy, actually. The Santa was like a mall Santa, I believe. Yeah, it was a mall Santa and an elf, and he was just really weird and creepy. Then I read An Evening at Crystal Lake by the same author. This one is like a couple. They decide to rent out a cabin for a photo shoot, and there's this guy who works there, and he likes to dress up one of the people from like the horror movies. They do a photo shoot with him, and then it turns sexual, and again, it was like 12 pages. I was like desperate to reach my goal. desperate. Like, I was so desperate. Then I read Indigo Ridge. Again, I believe, yeah, this one is not reading vlog, so I won't talk too much about this one. Just know that I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, and I just wanted a little bit of more romance developed between the two main characters, and the only thing that really kept me there was the mystery. Then I read Christmas in Quincy, which is the pre-Eden's novella prequel. I should have read this one before Indigo Ridge, but this is a like bodyguard romance. Girl, she escapes to Quincy to escape her family during the holidays, and the bodyguard chases her down, and they spend Christmas in Quincy. Then I read Birthday Kisses by Monica Murphy. This one was really wholesome and cute. This follows the couples from A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, and they now have a child together, and they're having trouble getting back into the way things used to be when they were younger and exploring that again. Then I DNF'd The Naked Fisherman by Julie Ann. I DNF'd this one at 15% because I was just bored and the heroine was getting on my nerve. This is a soft DNF though. I probably will go back to this one eventually, but for now I was just really bored. Then I read The Office Party by Whitney G, and I actually really enjoyed this novella. This one was a lot of fun, even though I only rated it 3 stars. This one was really good. It was a workplace romance. It was hot. It was fun. I did want more smut and more banter though. He's her boss. It was a bit hate to love as well, which was fun. Then I read Twisted Lies. I love this one. It ended up making it on my favorites list. It was great. He was obsessed, was possessive. He is a billionaire. He is everything. It was so much fun. She's like a fashion influencer. He owns the building that she lives in. They start to fake date for mutual benefit. It was amazing. She also has a stalker, and so he owns like a security system, and he like protects her from her stalker. So good. Then I read On Santa's Lap. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even remember. Okay, this is another Mall Santa and Elf. Don't remember any. Honestly, I have no idea what that one. Then I read Her Boyfriend's Father. This sounds exactly what it was. Her boyfriend's father. I remember not liking the boyfriend at all. That's all I remember. And I gave this one 3 stars. Then I read Bayou Bruiser. This one is guard hero, virgin heroine. He's like a debt collector who kills the people who can't pay their debt. One day he goes to go kill a guy, and he's like, wait, take my daughter. She's in the basement down below. Just have her in exchange for me. And so he's like, what are you talking about? So he goes down, sees her. She's the most beautiful angel in the world, and takes her, and they are in love, and they have sex. And this one was good-ish. I gave it 4 stars, so it's better than my other novellas I was reading. And then I read My Best Friend, My Stalker. Why don't I remember this one? Oh yeah, they are best friends, and he stalks her. I'm gonna reread this one because I really don't remember. I think I was like delirious at this point reading novellas, just trying to get through them. And then I read Trick by Shay Sanders. This one was a 30-page novella, so it was super short, and I really enjoyed it. It was also a Halloween novella. Our heroine and our hero go on a date. It's their first time on a date, and their friend kind of sets them up. Her best friend sets them up. They go on a hayride, which the heroine hates doing. That's why it's called Trick, because the best friends set up these two to just heroine to not have a good time. But they end up talking and getting to know each other, and it ends up being really good. There's a few smut scenes that are really good, and I found this one really funny as well, and it is black love. So, Jesus. Those were the 25 books that I read in December. I hope you guys got a few books to read. Honestly, the ones that I really enjoyed were Trick, Twisted Lies, The Office Party, Indigo Ridge, Christmas in Quincy, Magnolia Parks, Carnal Urges, Funny Feelings was okay. Like, I did read some pretty good ones in December. Just all of the novellas started to blur together in my head, and I was hating my life. So that's why I decided to change my goal to 130 books when I was at 129. And I still didn't even reach it now that I think about it. I never read that last book, so I didn't even reach my goal anyways, and I really don't care. But yeah, those are all the books that I read in December. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a big like and a comment down below, and also subscribe so you never miss another upload from me. And also tell me the books that you guys read in December. Read any good holiday ones? Did you read any new favorites? Let me know down below. I'm actually really surprised that Twisted Lies ended up making my favorites list of 2022, and I read it in December. I was not expecting any of the books that I finished in December to be a favorite. 2 of them actually made it. If you missed that video, that one will also be linked down below. Go check out my favorites of 2022. Tell me your favorites in the comments, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you very shortly in a new video. Bye!
If I got one thing right, it was you and